I Believe in Wrestling. We're here in Orlando, Florida. This is one of the hubs for training, and I'm telling you, I got somebody right here. This man has been throughout the United States, Canada, Puerto Rico. It's Aaron Epic doing his thing. Aaron, I got to first ask, what made you become a professional wrestler?
Wrestling is my passion and the way that I'm able to express myself the best. I turned around and wanted to be a wrestler at a very young age. I looked at my mother. We used to watch wrestling every Sunday, and oddly enough, the reason I'm a professional wrestler is because of the Honky Tonk Man. I remember watching him and him being a character, and I was like, Elvis is a wrestler? I could be a wrestler. And at that moment, I remember looking at my mom and told her I was going to be a wrestler. She says, you do what you want, and I'll support you however you need to. So that was, unlike a lot of people who have to hide wrestling or have to turn around and not talk about it with their family.
Especially back then.
Yes. My mom was very, very supportive. So that was a great feeling. And then eventually I found a school. I was 17 years old. I was wrestling in high school, oddly enough. And
Aaron, what high school did you go to?
I went to Sebring High. I moved from New York to Sebring, Florida, my freshman year in high school, and I joined the wrestling team then. My senior year, I met Tokyo Monster Cajegas, who's a former NWA World Champion, and then Tyree Pride also was another person who helped immensely in my training.
Championship Wrestling from Florida, the Haitian Sensation.
Yes, guy who wrestled Ric Flair to several-time limit draws, 60 minutes, in Florida and in the islands, because he was the big deal. Those two were the people who taught me how to wrestle originally. I learned from a lot of other people. I've learned from people like Jimmy Noble and Prince Iaukea and all the veterans here in Florida, Hack Myers. But these people are all people who helped influence me. But like when it comes to wrestling and training, you never stop learning. So I've done several seminars with like Bubba Ray Dudley, Tommy Dreamer, Steve Corino, Mike Quackenbush for those indie fans, DJ High. These are people that are still to this day giving to the business and making sure that everything's good in the future for what we have.
And here in Orlando with I Believe in Wrestling, this place has been here for a while and they run shows periodically. A lot of talent has come through here. What are you doing now with I Believe in Wrestling? You're still wrestling, but what else are you doing?
I'm one of the head trainers here. I'm here typically Monday through Wednesday. I help run the evening classes, or there's times that I do just run the evening classes. We have people here always in and out helping. Jesus Rodriguez, Ricardo Rodriguez, for those who are unaware, from former WWE. He's one of the head trainers here also. He helps so much because of all the knowledge he brings from being on television for as long as he was. And he's a fantastic wrestler. That's something that a lot of people may not be aware of. He is so good in the ring, it's ridiculous. So we're very lucky to have him here. And like me being a trainer here, my thought process is I want to leave wrestling better than when I first started. So I try to at least help all the kids understand what we do is a privilege. Like, this isn't something guaranteed to anyone. This is something that you work for. You're not handed this. That's something I think a lot of people don't understand. Is like they think that what we're doing is fun, and it's tons of fun. I appreciate everything every time I'm able to be in a wrestling ring. But this is like the biggest privilege. Like, this could be taken away from me tomorrow. And I'm just lucky that the 4-year-old kid who was watching TV Sunday on his mom's bed gets to be able to do this literally several times a week and be able to be happy. Like, that's the end result. I've openly said this time this stops being fun is the time I stop doing it.
Aaron, when you're training, a lot of respect is still involved in the business. You mentioned Tokyo Monster Cajegas, one of the most professional guys out there, unbelievable talent as well. What do you bring respect-wise? I know when I came here too, everybody's shaking hands and everybody's saying hello. Very big thing of respect and shaking hands and acknowledging each other.
I openly say I trained a lot different than a lot of my peers. By my peers, I mean those who are my age or those who have been in the business the same amount of time I have been, or first started the same time I did. I trained for a full year before I was allowed to have a wrestling match. Some people are lucky, and that's the reason I say what we do is a privilege. I know people who are given the opportunity to be in the ring, but the way Hayes trained me was, you will not be in a ring until I think that you're good enough. And this made it so much easier for me to be able be better at professional wrestling than some people. And I don't mean that like as me gloating or anything like that, but being able to train for a year with one of the best guys kind of really makes you appreciate it, because then you could go on a show and these guys say, oh, I've been wrestling 4 years, and you watch them in the ring and it doesn't come off the same way for those guys who put in the time and effort in the ring. It's like one of those things, some people say, you know, you're a hometown hero just because you've been wrestling 10 years, but if you don't leave and you're just in one spot one day, one show a month, you're not having the matches, you're not getting the exposure, you're not getting experience. You could be Hulk Hogan in XYZ town, but if you're not going anywhere, you're not helping yourself. So that's the, like, when it comes to respect-wise, what I talk about to these kids is you have to understand where you came from. And if you don't understand where you came from, it doesn't matter. Like, what we do is trusting others with our body. So if you don't respect someone else's, they're not going to respect yours.
Aaron, I'll end it with this. Has Mom seen you wrestle then?
Yeah. Mom,
so what was that like when she...
Mom's only actually came to 2 matches of mine. I've now been wrestling 15 years. She gets really excited because she's a Pedro Morales. She's a Bruno Sammartino person. She was living in New York when the Garden was popping in the 80s. So she would go once a month to the Garden and she would go see her favorites. So she still thinks of herself as that little girl who would go see those shows, but then it's different because it's me. So I can send her videos and she'll watch them all day, but she doesn't like showing up and watching because she's always worried that something might happen to me, and I understand that completely.
All right, Aaron, thank you so much. There it is. I Believe in Wrestling. We got the phone number there. We got the website. Anyone interested in really seriously becoming a professional wrestler, this is the place to be.
Come out.
Thank you, Aaron.
Thank you.